BAM! Another day, another new version of Minecraft. If you haven't heard, now you heard, and you're probably too late. Nintendo Switch 2, it is launch week, my dudes. We got a brand new console out right now, and well, of course, because that console exists within the confines of this blue and green weird spinning ball in the middle of a gigantic, endless void that we call Earth. Well, that means there's another new version of Minecraft. What we're doing today, it is a little bit different, but it costs me the price of one Nintendo Switch. So, please, I'm desperate. Smash that like button today. It really helps out. Subscribe and comment like beans down below. Let's put this new version of Minecraft to the test. So the Nintendo Switch 2, I have a hunch or something that this is the successor to the Nintendo Switch. Like, probably the best-selling console of all time. Like 128 kilobytes is showing right here, there's this cool new mode where you could play your Switch and essentially use your controllers as a little bit of a mouse. It's actually low-key kind of insane. Pretty cool. Oh, what's that, Bonzo? You want the backstory. A couple of months ago, when the Nintendo Switch 2 went on pre-order, I thought about picking it up. I can't lie, but then I realized I wasn't really using my other Nintendo Switch right now. So I kind of up and forgot about doing the whole little pre-order thing until, like, last week, when I realized that I wanted to make this video for you guys. Lo and behold, by that point, the pre-order system, it was entirely closed and they were sold out everywhere. I couldn't get my hands on one. Or so I thought. Jordan and I went to find a Labubu and, tragically, at the mall we went to, there was not a single line out front of GameStop. Just a lonely GameStop employee wanting to talk to me all about Nintendo Switch 2. Out of pure guilt and pity for GameStop as a corporation, I got into line, and 5 minutes later, I walked out of line with a Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, I have the new Mario Kart. It's like literally a law or something. But the very second thing that I installed is none other than Minecraft. Bam, we're in game. We load slow. Oh, that's awkward. I don't know why that skin is like that, but the beautiful music, it tickles my eardrums. It's wonderful, emotional. In here, Minecraft Switch Edition, bottom corner, we're real intuitive. We immediately noticed that, hey, wait a second, 1.21.81. With the recent hotfixes that have been going down, that's a little out of date when it comes to our game version. I checked for a newer update and it didn't find any though, so whatever. Now inside of the main game right here, immediately this feels really similar to Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And, well, wait a second, that's because it is. That means with it being Bedrock, all of these world creation settings, they're exactly the same as they are on all the other Bedrock. Jumping into a brand new world, and the music, it slowly fades, and it's beautiful. At least what I can see is beautiful. And matter of fact, it's not even. It's an acacia biome, whatever. So in this part of the video, I want to jump in and do a little disclaimer. I didn't really know what to expect when it comes to Minecraft Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. With the Switch 2 being the most beefy Nintendo console ever, I kind of had high expectations, but I just wasn't really too sure. Initial expectations, buttery smooth, beautiful graphics, crazy render distance, and of course, the most vibrant visuals of all time. Immediately, it feels so weird to play Minecraft anytime I do this for you guys in a video with a controller. I mean, it feels good. I can do that smooth camera movement. Wow. But, I feel like I should be hitting like space and W or something, right? Like, yeah. Pretty much immediately, our first specimen, we notice it. Oh my God, what are you? You're so warm. You're the new update. Wait, but you don't even make a sound when I hit you. Oh. And then at that point, I realized I wanted to turn music down, but I turned all the sounds down. Whoops. Beautiful Minecraft pig. Oh, you're a lot. No, you still don't even. You don't even squeal like you used to. Oh, well, that's a bad sign. Now running around here, initially, this is just with default settings. I load up the game for the first time ever. I didn't customize anything, so maybe, hopefully at some point, we'll be able to do a little bit of setting maxing a little bit later on in the video. This current render distance is about the most atrocious thing that I have ever seen in my life. But the other first thing that I'm noticing running around inside of this world compared to how it ran on my old Nintendo Switch, oh man, it's crispy, it's smooth. Like flying around here with a render distance of 7 or whatever it is. Not a tiny little bump of lag when running around this world after the world was initially created. It's good and it's snappy. Now running around in my world through beautiful, the world's longest Swedish fjord. This thing was actually absolutely insane. Eventually we find it. Oh my God, the most beautiful thing of all time. It's here. I'm in love. Yeah, so that was my way of saying the game is fully up to date right now. So at this point, things were going good. Well, relatively good. And aside from that wonky, weird, short render distance, things are not too bad so far. So I figured at this point, it was about time I take myself slightly more seriously than before. You know, hunker down a little bit, lock in for real, and get to work. So, not to brag too much or anything, but here it is, my brand new survival world. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of mining, a little bit of crafting down inside of the world. We've got ourselves a beautiful house right here. I'm one with nature. That's why there's grass on the floor, on the inside and the outside. And that's why I didn't put a window on it. I'm an earth sign after all. That means I love nature. A little bit of flowers on the floor and the carpet as well. Wow, it's gorgeous. In all honesty, I had a difficult time, very, very hard time building this house. I'm not used to console. But also, inside of this version, we've got ourselves the beautiful Happy Gas mob. Yo, hold on. We'll come back to you. But the Happy Gas, visions of that thing merely instantaneously conjure up visions of a much more beautiful, dreamy looking world. With how beefy the Nintendo Switch 2 is, I surely thought that at launch, maybe we would have access to vibrant visuals, at the least like it is on PS5 edition or whatever, maybe an experimental toggle. Sliding into experimental toggles here, we have both interesting things and tragic, heartbreaking things. So up top here, we have our 3 normal experimental toggles, if you want to call them that. Villager rebalancing that is dusty forever and eternally, but moving down, instantaneously, I noticed a missing section. We should have something that says visual experiments or something like it. And tragically, we don't. Moving even farther on down the line here, we have something that I don't remember seeing. Forthcoming creator features. What in the world? Actor properties and adjustable fog parameters. Maybe it's been there and I've been overlooking it, but I don't remember that. But on top of that, we have, well, a couple of other toggles, but nothing too juicy when it comes to vibrant visuals. At this point in the video here, believe it or not, I didn't even set this thing, like edit in the black and white. It just all turned to black and white, mimicking my soul. It's a new feature of the Nintendo Switch 2. It's tragic, it's so sad, but vibrant visuals is not on Nintendo Switch 2. This may be Nintendo's most powerful console ever, but there are no beautiful version of Minecraft, at least right now. Zooming things out to the bigger picture here, Microsoft, a pretty big corporation, it owns Minecraft. They've definitely known about the Nintendo Switch 2 for months now, been able to develop games if they wanted to, maybe, and get it ready for launch, and yet no, nothing is here. An interesting conundrum upon my screen at that moment right here, because once I discovered vibrant visuals wasn't here, I started to question if I should have maybe even picked up a Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know, you start questioning the universe and everything. So I went to graphics modes here. We have simple, we have fancy, and we have ray traced. I thought we needed NVIDIA to do ray trace. So at that point, I knew there was only one option. I would need to slide into the marketplace. I would need to look up RTX or ray tracing, whatever you want to call it. Search it, give it a second, and find the ray tracing worlds, the exclusive ones where you could like only use it to my understanding. They don't exist. If I look through any of this stuff in here, I mean, sure, we have all of the latest and hottest add-ons. Better on Bedrock is beautiful actions and stuff. Yeah, that's great. The free new Minecraft Adidas update that everyone is loving. Of course, it's here. In fact, even I love it that it's right here. A lot of free stuff, front and center for us to pick up and add into our world. But not a single RTX or anything like that here. If I had to take a gamble, I would think the average age of the player base on the Switch might be a little bit younger than other platforms. So why do we have a confusing toggle that seems to be perma-locked existent on this version if there's no ray tracing at all? Definitely feels like that just shouldn't even exist over here. After all, vibrant visuals doesn't exist and we don't have a toggle for that thing, so... That seems like it would have been a smarter way to go. Now, after that bout of sadness of non-colorful torches and just normal old-looking Minecraft world, I needed a little bit of a pick-me-up. My next thought here was to slide into the nether and check this thing out. I built the portal, I jumped into the portal, and then, after that, I realized that this game was going to load insanely slow for some reason. So, how about the weather? How's it by you? It's been kind of nice lately by me. I love going outside. I'm kind of working on a fence right now. It's pretty crazy. Oh, hey, never mind. We're here inside of the nether. At last, after about 10 to 15 seconds, I have loaded the nether. Unfortunately, I got about the worst spawn inside of the nether, so flipping myself into spectator mode and moving around. My initial dive into the nether maybe wasn't the most promising thing in the world, but eventually, once I realized that I don't blink, well, moving around in here and kind of doing things a little bit, once the dimension loads and I'm inside of it, moving around doing things, performance is really, really good. Like, it's super smooth and snappy again, but every single time I enter and exit the nether, it's really, really laggy. Like, I'm talking at least a 10-second delay every time. Hopefully your portal is set up in your world in a spot that is super safe and absolutely not in the open near hoglins or gas. No way! A stronghold. It generated right here. Jumping into the end, load times were way quicker there. Maybe that has to do with the fact that they haven't updated this thing in a decade now, and it's completely empty, so that's good. Over here at the central main end island, I do notice that the dragon seems to be moving in about 3 FPS. It seems a little bit slow and poorly animated on Nintendo Switch 2, sorry. But aside from that, everything seems to run relatively smooth over here. Definitely less smooth overall than the overworld, but it runs. Heading out on my first big end excursion into the outer end, or my second, third, whatever, I had to test everything before the video. Well, things also seem to be pretty fine out here in the outer end, at least when things aren't too chaotic. What do you say we fast track it on out of the nether here and get back to home sweet home? Oh, wait, what's this build over here? No, I wasn't trying to make a lag bomb, and no, it wasn't like just doing literally a bunch of insanely glitchy things. Redstone doesn't seem to work very well. No, it's fine. Yeah, as you can see here, though, this isn't even the largest machine that one could build in the world, and from time to time, you can see there the pulsing is a little bit inconsistent, and it lags out on not even rare occasions, just on occasion. But inside of a world here that is a little bit more beautiful than the first one we got, how about it's about time we expand our horizons a little bit and see a little bit more beyond like 4 chunks away, right? Well, on the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, because at launch this is just running the Minecraft Switch edition, except on a much more powerful console. Not a single setting has been changed, guys. Started off strong here where I could have fancy leaves and fancy bubbles and clouds and whatever. We kick it off with all the customization I could dream of in the world. I move on further down the line and then boom, 12 chunks recommended. I can, if I want to, lower the amount of chunks that I could see here. I could go down to 11 chunks, which is really weird. Or actually, it's weird. The whole thing just goes in singular blocks of chunks. That's kind of crazy. But because this is a Switch 2, it started off by maxing my game for me on fancy settings, good frame rate, and as far as I could possibly see. Given that this game is made by Microsoft, and they definitely know about the Switch 2 and its internal components for a hot minute now, at least I would think they would. It's kind of insane. We don't have like a day one update or anything like that in order to beef this game up a little bit more because this is really, really bad. I might as well unpack that old dusty Wii U and jump into Minecraft on that because I could probably see farther on it. This is really sad. Happy gas, happy gas. I said we would talk about it. We've got the brand new Spring Drop update, or at least whatever was in the Spring Drop update at the time of 1.21.80. If you enable this experimental toggle in your world, you could check it all out, and this one for the locator bar as well. And the happy gas, once you get your hands on this thing, I mean, it's nice. It's really, really good. Like, flying around inside of the game, it feels super optimized. It's really, really smooth. For the most part here, as long as I'm not, like, loading a dimension or maybe trying to do important redstone that has timings that need to be a little bit more consistent than this. If I'm just, like, doing things inside of my world, running around, flying around, exploring, maybe a tiny bit of building, performance is really, really good on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, that mouse mode we talked about earlier on in the video. Hey, you just have to trust me. I don't have any cameras or anything to record it. But right now, in real life, I'm trying to use the mouse mode. And whoa, what is that? It's working. No, I'm kidding. I'm hitting the Joy-Con thing. The mouse mode thing is not supported, which means, unfortunately, I was thinking Bluetooth keyboard plus a mouse, and you have Bedrock Edition on the Switch 2 with, like, a really, really strong console and a keyboard and a mouse. Oh, it's like Windows 10, but no. That didn't work either. No mouse mode. A couple of other final thoughts that I have here for Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. They didn't really fit anywhere else in the video. I've also discovered that sounds are insanely bugged on this version. Like, I could hit the cow, and yeah, sure, the sounds are working right now, but it's spotty. Sometimes sounds just straight up don't play. Same with, like, breaking blocks, selecting things inside of the menu. It's really, really broken. Also, I noticed that when I pause the game, the render distance entirely disappears. Like, check that out. It's, like, instantaneous. Like, what in the world is going on? Moral of the story, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Minecraft exists, but maybe don't buy the Nintendo Switch 2 to play Minecraft. At least yet. Maybe you should hop in, like, the local lobby, do a little bit of karting or Roblox or, like, literally anything else. And hopefully, maybe in, like, a couple of years' time, when Mojang gets around to it like they did with the PS5, we'll get a Switch 2 proper version, and not just the Switch version running on the Switch 2. Anyway, we're right here at the end of the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Tap that like button, subscribe. Do you play Mario Kart? Let me know down below. Nintendo Switch was such a special console. We will go ahead and add you to the graveyard too. Why not? Thanks for watching, besties. Back to normal tomorrow. I'll see you then. Goodbye, everyone.